everybody, and welcome to the Mix Up. Your girl has finally started this cooking show journey, and we are off to a great start. Y'all, usually I would have my cooking jackets on. However, I am not going to do it for the first episode because I feel like I want to be a little down and cozy and cute. So I'm definitely using this day to use one of my cute little Amazon two-pieces. Shop my Amazon storefront. I'll put the link in there, y'all. Link in my bio. However, I also have the chef jackets that are also from Amazon. So at that point, I would usually wear my chef jacket, my chef hat, be in full gear, and give it to y'all. However, it's the first episode, and I'm cute, and I'm in a little down, loungy type of mood. But we're going to get right into it. So usually I will make my drink on camera with you all, but I did not today because I actually been sipping for a while. I've been working. So without further ado, I will tell y'all what's in my cup. Your girl has a strawberry margarita with a hint of lemonade. So I'm using Don Julio Reposado. And cheers. However, y'all, tonight we are making Burria tacos. This is one of my favorite dishes to make. Burria tacos are easy. They're definitely not time consuming at all. It can really be done in about an hour to 45 minutes. If you're not a content creator like me and you ain't got to record nothing, probably 30 to 40 minutes. But me, 45 to an hour. I've mastered doing it with content involved. It's really kind of chopping up everything and getting everything together to put in the taco. Once you start making the taco on the griddle, it's not really much to do after that. It's pretty simple. They not really hard. So we're gonna definitely get into the episode. We're gonna have some fun today. I hope this episode has everybody like, oh my God, this was so good. The tacos were so good. They were so easy to make. That's the vibes I want, because that's what I'm trying to give here on the Mix Up. Most moms I know are either single moms or entrepreneur moms or both, or even a wife. Even in being a wife, it's not always easy cooking all the time. So getting these small recipes, these easy recipes, is going to be great. And because the cookbook is going to be dropping, yes, cookbook will be dropping. I will be keeping y'all updated with that. A lot of these recipes that you see me make on the cooking show will be in the cookbook, so you then have something else to reference. You can watch me, you can have the cookbook, and it'll be ebook available, and it will be tangible for you to have in hand in the kitchen. So guys, let's get right into the Mix Up. I'm loving the energy and support, and I hope that it continues. I would love for you all to comment some recipes or some things that you all have seen, some dishes that you would love to see. I'm open. I'm not closed-minded. I will try new stuff. If I don't like it, I'm gonna be like, y'all, I ain't gonna do this one no more. But again, that's the fun in cooking. You gotta learn what's gonna work and what's not gonna work. Sometimes the kids gonna be like, yeah, Mom, that was good. And sometimes be like, Mom, no, don't cook that no more. I can't be offended. That's kids. They're gonna do that. So with that, I'm trying to give recipes for moms, for wives, dishes that are universal so that everybody can enjoy. So you guys, with that, I have one more surprise that comes with the Mix Up, because the Mix Up is getting its own thing. It is having its own shine, and I'm loving how the Mix Up is coming along. So your girl been experimenting in the kitchen with some sauces. And the boss mom is definitely thinking about coming out with a sauce. They say millionaires have 7 streams of income. I'm trying to tell y'all. I think I'm on to something. However, I am looking to launch my own sauce next year as well. So stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say. Stay tuned. But let's get into the Mix Up, y'all. So first we're going to get our chicken. I have the thin sliced chicken breast. I don't do the name brand thing, so straight out of Walmart. I'm gonna cut it up because it's going to be basically shredded or like mashed up. So it doesn't even matter how you cut it. It just needs to be small enough for it to go as thin as possible when it's basically shredded. Because I'm gonna put mine in my little mixer here and shred the chicken because that's what we need it to be anyway. However, you don't need it too small because you want to still be able to put your chicken on your taco. So we're going to get this cut up and then seasoned. I'm going to show y'all the seasonings that I used, and then we're going to head to the stove so we can actually get this meat going. And after we get the meat going, we're going to also get the Burriaaa sauce going as well. Now, I make my own Burriaaa sauce. It's different. I don't do what everybody else do. I season mine up to my liking, and I make it how I want to make it. So, y'all choose to use the recipe if you would like. It's delicious, but understand mine is a little hot. I do have it a little bit more Cajun, and I make mine a little different. So, let's get into this chicken cut up seasoning thing we got going on, okay? So I'm just taking the like fat pieces off and pulling those to the side because once I start cutting, I don't really need them in my way because I'm gonna be moving and grooving. However, when I have to chop meat or season or anything like that, which is pretty much all the time, that's story time. So even if I have a guest, it's story time. So because I'm on here by myself for the first couple of episodes, I'm going to do story time on my own about the first time I make these dishes. Because that's always interesting. But a lot of people ask me, you know, like what made me start really cooking and doing things different in the kitchen as far as my diet and how my kids eat. And ultimately, it's a lifestyle change. It's something that you have to be dedicated to and understand that, you know, the change is for the better. So that's that. However, let's get into this taco time. I made these Burria tacos the first time. And y'all, I was very surprised actually at how good they came out because the sauce especially, at first I was like, I think this sauce needs something, but honestly, it didn't. I just got better with my seasoning because like I told y'all, sometimes I can be heavy on the seasoning, so it can be a little salty. I do know that. So with that, I do have to perfect my seasoning, but I think I got the Burria Tacos seasoning down pack. I've made it enough where I know, you know, my food is good. And like I said, I'm just chopping this chicken as small as I can make it so that once I put it in that skillet and start cooking, it's going to tear apart. That's what we needed to do anyway. We want our chicken to be as fine as we can get it, shredded as possible, so that when we put it on our taco, we have enough. I'm hoping I got enough shells. I got a whole pack, but we'll see. So when I made the tacos, y'all, the first time I did not shred the meat small enough. That is a mistake that I did do. I didn't shred the meat small enough. I had like bigger chunks. They weren't big, like didn't fit on the taco, but they were bigger than what I would have preferred, you know, to be putting on the taco. And it was a pretty good experience. For the most part, I like making the meals. Like I said, it's pretty easy if you ain't got to make all this content that I make. But it's an easy meal. And for moms, I can speak to, especially with little boys, this meal will be perfect for moms with little boys because they can eat 2-3 of these and be full because it's full of stuff. And then they dipping it in the sauce. Sauce makes you full. People don't understand that, but when you dip in constantly, sauce is thick. It continues to make you full. So 2 or 3 of these, I know my little son will eat. My older son will probably eat 4. So, like I say, it's definitely a meal that it's easy to cook and it doesn't take much time. It's not time consuming. But the other thing is, it's kind of healthy. Now, the greasy part, that ain't the healthy part. But the actual cilantro and peppers, I use all fresh, you know, vegetables. I cut it up. So, like, even in my burriaaa sauce, when I make my burriaaa sauce, I'm going to take my orange peppers and yellow peppers, and I am going to cut those fresh to go up in the burriaaa sauce with the green peppers and the cilantro. Now, when you make your burriaaa sauce, you gotta boil that tomato sauce as hot as it can go. Because I also put a little fresh tomato in mine just to give it a little, like the little fresh chunks. Because I like fresh tomato. And then I put a little onion in mine as well and a little cilantro. So literally, you putting everything with the addition of the tomatoes and the other 2 color bell peppers in the taco and the sauce. The sauce is gonna be super good. When I say super good, like, I'm excited for the sauce because I have literally learned to perfect my sauce, and that ain't something easy. So now that we got our meat cut up, we are now gonna season the meat. Now I'm gonna season everything up, and then I'm going to let you all know what I use to season it up. This just makes it a little easier for me because I like to get it seasoned and then show y'all what it looks like, how y'all meat should look, and actually what you need to be using. So I'm gonna get that done, and then I'm gonna show y'all what the meat should look like and show y'all all these good flavors I use so we can get this meat going over there. Let's do it. What I didn't tell y'all is that I put a lemon, a lemon, as well as I pour olive oil on my meat before I season it. So that's a disclaimer, just to let y'all know. I do cut up a lemon and squeeze the juice, and I do pour a little. I would say, if I had to give y'all an amount, I would say about a teaspoon of olive oil on my meat. Cool? Cool. Here, I'm just seasoning all of the chicken. The meat is clean. It got a little olive oil. It got a little lemon juice. So now I'm just going in with all of my seasonings. I'm a person who likes a lot of flavor, so I use a lot of different stuff. Not a lot as in a lot of seasonings that don't go together, but just a lot as in give me some flavors, give me some good stuff. And then I'm a person who mix my food with my hand. I clean my hands and I mix that chicken. I go in with a little bit more if I feel like it's not enough. I'm a person who has to see the seasoning. So if I don't see enough, then it ain't seasoned enough. I know that sounds crazy, but that's just me. I ain't trying to get nobody high blood pressure, but I'm definitely trying to give you some flavors that you're not going to forget. So once I season all my meat and really mix it around to where I feel like it's seasoned enough and I can deal with it or I can cook with it, that's what we do. So the meat is seasoned. So my meat is seasoned. I'm going to go through the seasonings I use really quickly. Nothing too major. We got our adobo, the complete seasoning. I got this at Walmart. The adobo with Sazon. This just gives it like a little Cajun. Then you got your lemon pepper, classic lemon pepper. You got garlic salt. You got Cajun seasoning. That's about it. That's all I use. And this. So I'm going to take this olive oil and I just put a little bit in there. I eyeballed it. I'm actually going to put a little bit more just because I think it needed just a little bit more. And then I'm just going to let it heat up. I have my oven on medium, and we're going to just let this heat up enough so that we can get our chicken put right in there. So now I'm going to just go ahead and put our meat in there. We know it's nice and warm. We can hear it sizzling. And I'm just going to take one of my little wooden spatulas and just move my meat around in the skillet. Now, I am going to cover this, and we are going to chop the meat as it cooks because we want it as choppy and fine as possible without it being too fine. I know that sounds crazy, so we're going to do it together. However, your meat is soaked in this oil. Olive oil is probably the best way to cook. So we have it there, and we're going to go and cover it. We're going to keep it on medium and let it cook. So now it's time to get everything chopped up. The first thing we're going to chop is the onion. I'm going to rinse it, and then I'm going to chop it. I'm just going to literally put it in the chopper. So let me go rinse it first. And then I'm going to cut it. I'm not going to use all of it, but I am going to use a lot. So I am going to put half of it in there. And then I'm just going to cut my onion like this. And there we go. Because this onion is going in our meat and our burriaaa sauce. So we need enough. Now put the onion in there. And then we're going to let our magic chopper do what she do. Okay? Y'all, I could tell y'all this every episode. I probably am going to tell y'all this every episode. I love this chopper. I want a bunch of them because it literally does everything I need it to do. Literally. And voila. We have chopped onions. We just gonna get all the onions up out of there real good. And boom, we got chopped onions. We all good to go. We're gonna rinse this and move on to the next one. Woo! All right, y'all, we gotta stay clean. We gotta rinse this and this too. We gotta do it right, gotta do it right. Now, since I already rinsed this, give me a few seconds, y'all. I'm gonna go check on our meat. All right, onions are done. Meat is looking good. Let's get this cilantro cut up. I didn't get a lot of it. I'm gonna cut it and then I'm gonna wash it. Reason being is because cilantro don't take no time. We ain't even gotta put this in the chopper. That's a waste of time. And I didn't get a large little bunch. So we're just gonna chop this real fine because we want enough to put on our tacos. And it's gonna be so good because I love some cilantro on some Burria tacos. Like, you cannot go wrong with cilantro. And cilantro is really just a bunch of little leaves, y'all. We just trying to get it as small as possible. And then we just gonna get it all together, all done, and boom. Now we got it in our little bowl or whatever, and then we just gonna rinse it off to make sure we have clean veggies and condiments that we're putting on our tacos. So let's rinse that off, and then we're gonna move on to our green pepper. So rinse, nothing too much, just a little water, swirl it down, boom, 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 it's clean. And woo, dump that water, dump that water. Dump the water, dump the water. And voila. Cilantro is ready to go. So now, on to our green pepper. So, we are probably going to use a lot of this. And the reason I say that because, number one, green peppers are not that big. Once you get the little nasty middle parts out, it ain't that big. So, let's see though. We're gonna cut this little bottom part off. We're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that. We're not keeping that middle at all. Keep this. And now we're gonna load her up. Put it in our handy dandy grinder. We're gonna put this on there too. Boom, boom.
And now, time to grind her up. She's gonna do everything I need her to do. She gives what she's supposed to give every time. My little towel keep just falling. We got freshly chopped green pepper, y'all. Boom. So now we're gonna get this in our bowl. And then we're gonna do the yellow pepper, the orange pepper. All the peppers were washed, so that's a good thing. So cut this. I think we just gonna only do a tinge. We're not gonna do too much with the orange and the yellow. I don't think I want too much, but we definitely need some other flavors going in our little Burriaaa sauce. So we're gonna do that. Cut it in half. And I'm not gonna rinse it because they all bell peppers and it's all flavor. So it's all gonna be good. And boom. Now we're gonna do our yellow the same way. Get that middle part out. We don't want no seeds in our food, y'all. As much as possible. Put them over there. And now we're good to go. We're not gonna do too much else with this yellow pepper because it's so small. So I might go and use the rest of that. Excuse me, y'all. I don't know if it's the seasoning or what. We gonna dump our little cutting board. Boom, boom, boom. And now we about to grind her up. I don't know what's going on with all these seasonings I got going on. One in my nose and in my throat. But bell pepper should be good. Like I say, this is an easy process. This makes half of the job so much easier. So, now that we done got this squared away, let's do our tomato. Now, with the tomato, I am gonna rinse it. So, hold on, y'all. And I love my kitchen like right all in one little area, so I ain't walking too far. People like me appreciate stuff like this when you come from an apartment with 2 little counters. And when I say 2 little ones, very, very little. A girl didn't have no space to do nothing. So now with the tomatoes, I am going to chop my tomatoes. I'm going to chop them kind of fine. So I am going to put them in smaller pieces when I put them into my little chopper. So let's see what she do with these. Again, we just want small chunks. We don't want nothing too big. We want small chunks that's going to go in the sauce. And we just want the little chunks to have a little, like, chunkiness in the sauce. And that's why we want them fresh. But with all of the seasoning and stuff, they're going to be good. So I'm going to put the tomatoes in there with the orange and yellow peppers because ultimately all of that stuff going in there together. So it's going in there right now. So we're going to put our tomatoes, our little choppily fine tomatoes. We're going to put them nicely in there with our bell peppers. And I'm trying to keep the water from the tomatoes from going in there. But boom, there we go. And now all our stuff is chopped. So we got everything chopped, y'all. We moving right along. I know this process seems like, dang, it's taking forever. But it's really not. I promise we're going to be done in no time. So now, y'all know me. I am not a name brand. Bleep. But I am ultimately just somebody who loves to season stuff. So to me, it really don't have to be name brand. However, I use the tomato basil. I want to say, yep, basil and garlic sauce. And then I'm going to season it. I got me some taco seasoning. I use some of the Rotel tomatoes. And then I'm going to use some of these tomatoes. I'm going to mix a little Cajun seasoning in there with the Saison. And then the regular Cajun seasoning. And I'm going to put me some Cajun two-step. If anybody knows me, anybody, I love Cajun two-step and I love Slap Your Mama. That's why your girl gotta get her a good seasoning and sauce moving, because I love too much of this total seasoning. But I am gonna throw me a little total seasoning in there too, just to be on the safe side. So again, y'all gonna see me season it up. I'm gonna take y'all back over to the stove so we can get our Burriaaa sauce started, because meat is just about done. So now we're gonna get ready and take our marinara sauce, and we're gonna get ready and put it in there. Pour it in your pot, and then we're gonna have our pot boiling. We want it boiling to a nice boiling point. I'll say that. I can't even really tell y'all how. We just want it boiling nicely. So I'm gonna put mine on medium, and then I'm gonna go ahead and season it up. I got me a little of my total seasoning, put a little of the Cajun seasoning, and then my adobo Saison, and then most important, taco seasoning. Taco seasoning is very important, y'all. And I would suggest using your container that your marinara sauce came in and pouring a little water in there. So I'm gonna do that and come back so I can show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. So I poured a little water in here and I'm shaking it around, and then I'm gonna pour it back on there in the pot so y'all can see, okay? So as you all can see, our sauce is coming right along. Everything is seasoned well. I poured a little water in that container like I just showed y'all, and then just poured the water into the pot. Mixed my seasonings around, and now we just need to let this cook. So I'm gonna cover this pot, and while we let this cook, we're gonna finish our meat. So let's go ahead and do that, because then we gotta come back to this and put our stuff in, and our Burriaaa sauce is done. That's not gonna be no problem. Cover her up and let's move on. So now I'm gonna take some taco seasoning, and I'm just going to add this to my chicken. This shouldn't take much. It's real easy. We just gonna sprinkle it around, and then we're gonna mix it. Again, this shouldn't take nothing, like nothing. Literally mixing it around. That's it. So we're gonna mix it around real good in the meat so that we can have that taco flavor. But again, we don't want too much because we got that sauce. Our sauce is gonna be everything. Get the meat nice and mixed in it too, y'all. Don't leave nothing. Get all the meat in the seasoning. We want it nice and seasoned. Even though we got our seasoning on there, the taco seasoning gonna add just the extra little that we need. So then we're gonna grab those bell peppers and onions. So let me grab them, and then I'll throw them in there, y'all, okay? Cool. So I got the bell peppers and the onions, y'all. So we just gonna pour them all in there. And then we gonna stir. That's the biggest thing. Stir it up, mix it up. So I'm gonna mix it up real good and let y'all see what we're working with. Disclaimer, guys, make sure you have a spoon for cooking and stirring that is not flimsy. It's a nice strong spoon so your stuff not falling all everywhere. So our meat is done. We just have to add our tomatoes, our yellow peppers, and orange peppers to our Burriaaa sauce. So we're going to do that and let it cook on low while we actually put the tacos together, because this process is where it gets kind of tricky. So let's take our time with this. So here's our tomatoes and our peppers. I'm going to just put a few. I'm not going to put the whole thing. I'm going to keep these for when I cook again, because definitely we're not going to need all of them. but I am gonna put a nice amount in there. And that should be enough. We're gonna take our spoon and we just gonna stir this in there. Like I said, we don't want too much, but we definitely want enough. We're gonna get our sauce going. We got it seasoned to our liking, and we're gonna leave it to warm and cook how we need it to cook. Cool? Cool. So here comes the fun part. Usually I will show y'all my stove. I am gonna give y'all a view from the stove, but I'm gonna do it up here first. So you're gonna take you some olive oil and you're just gonna put it in your skillet and warm. While you letting it warm on your skillet, you can be getting your corn tortillas together. So I'm gonna take these corn tortillas. These are the ones I use. Again, no name brand, y'all. I got my chopped cilantro ready because we're gonna put that on that same side. We got our chicken right here. So I need to get us something to grab our chicken. And then we got mozzarella cheese. And all of this is gonna be used to make this delicious taco. So we're gonna take our taco shells. I'll put it on the griddle or skillet. I'm gonna turn it over because it's greasy on that side. And then I'm gonna turn it over on the other side as well because it's greasy, just to give it a little Then we're gonna take our meat. We're gonna add a little meat on one side, not too much. We're gonna put a little meat over there. Gonna put a little meat on our other one. Now y'all see why I said make it fine. Not too fine, but you definitely want it fine. So now when you feel like you got enough meat on there, I put a nice amount just to make it filling. Then you're gonna add a little cilantro, not much. You don't need much, just a pinch. And then you're gonna add your cheese. Now feel free to add as much cheese or as little cheese as you would like. That's completely up to you. And then that is it. You are literally making your tacos. And you're gonna take you a spatula and close it up. And there you have a burrito taco. So let's get our spatula going. Me, I'm left-handed, so I have to do everything backwards. So when I cover my taco, I'm pulling it towards me. That's ultimately just how I have to do it, because, yeah. But there you have it, y'all. Your Burria tacos. They not hard. Told y'all it was easy. I promised y'all it was easy. And boom, here we are. So I'm gonna make a couple of these, y'all, before we get plating done, because I'm gonna plate and have my guy come taste it. He is what the people have to say. So when you hear me say, let's hear what the people got to say, he's what the people got to say. So we definitely gonna get these. And I flip mine, y'all, even though, you know, it may be a little brown, I still flip it. Give it that little crunch. I still do. And that is Burria tacos. So we're going to make a couple of them. I'm going to let them get a little brown. We're going to make a couple of them. And then we're going to plate and see what the people got to say. Here I'm just doing the process again, showing you all exactly how to make the taco so you can get it from the stovetop view. I'm putting the meat on the shell. The skillet has the oil on there, and I'm only putting it on one side. Then I'm going to add my cheese, my cilantro, and I'm going to fold my taco in half. You want it to be already like a taco, so you're going to eat it in the taco form already. Put that cheese on there, y'all. Add a lot of cheese. I like a lot of cheese. And then get your spatula and you're just gonna literally fold it over. Once you fold that side over, you pretty much good to go. The taco is done. You fold it over and let it just cook. I like to let mine get a little brown on both sides so it have a little crunch, it have a little Cajun type of taste, whatever you want to call it. And the Burria taco is just amazing after that. Super, super, super good. So let's get everything plated. All the food is done. Everything is done. It's time to plate so we can see what the people got to say. Because I just know. I'll put it down. Because what? It's the mix-up. It goes down on the mix-up. Duh. Okay, guys. Let's see what the people got to say. Burria tacos.
The people.
Yeah. I already explained to them that every time I say, you got to hear what the people got to say. You the people.
I'm the people. What happened?
You ain't saying nothing.
I didn't know what to say. It's good. I'm eating.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, you got to rate.
Good. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. You can do your.
10 out of 10.
Good job.
Yeah, that's good.
Now that we done heard what the people got to say, we are done for the night. The meal was amazing. Boo gave me a 10 out of 10. And I'm loving it. The mix up is in full effect. We are complete with the first episode. And I'm so excited to see how much more we get done. How many recipes we could tackle. New, old, some new. Add a little bit, add a dash of salt, add a dash of pepper, whatever we need to do. I'm super excited to do it, and I'm super excited to give it to you all. I am overwhelmed with joy and a little tipsy. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all, we done for the night. That is all for the mix up. Like this video. If you will, comment. Give me some shouts, give me some love, show me something. And of course, subscribe to my channel. But most of all, hit that notification bell, y'all, so you don't miss anything. Anything. You don't want to miss nothing. That's all for the mix up. I'll see y'all next week. 99.